we go. Map is going to be Shakuris Plateau. Once again, this is game number 5. Sheth is up 3-1 right now. Ryung, as usual, our red Terran in the top right-hand corner. In the top left-hand corner, we have Liquid.Sheth, our purple Zerg. Once again, who is up 3-0.
Yeah, 3-1. 3-1.
Excuse me.
You're good.
3-1 against Ryung.
Have fun, good luck, exclamation mark. He's like, yep, I just took a game on your map.
HF, GL.
Yeah, good luck.
He doesn't even care anymore. He's just like,
I know, just whatever, we just need to go. No, because if I was Ryung right now, I'd be like, wow. Not saying that, how am I not beating Sheth, but he's Ryung. I mean, you would have thought that he would have come out, and at the very least, like, even if Sheth was up at this stage, you would have thought this would have been 2-2 at this point, even if Sheth was playing, like, to the top of his capability. But these games where Sheth has won have not been close. Sheth has annihilated.
Yeah, he really has. And he should have won the one game that he lost.
Yes. I mean, the one where Ryung had a good opportunity and let it slide was game on Metalopolis, where he did a lot of damage early with the double reactor Hellions, but Sheth still found a way to power himself back out.
Well, that's the problem I feel with the double reactor Hellion build. Your infrastructure just isn't there to start pumping Marines hardcore into the mid game.
You're investing 400 resources at a time. You just don't have the resources.
And once
to put
he lost that
there.
gigantic pack of Hellions, that is your standing army.
That's true.
So it's
That's
like you have this one push where you're going to try and get in there and do as much damage as humanly possible. But as soon as you lose all those Hellions, the Zerg is free to drone up for a good 5 to 10 minutes. He's not under threat of push. He's not under threat of attack.
I'm not going to lie. I thought he was close to doing that, though. I mean, he was right on the verge of having killed that critical number of drones where Sheth was just going to have to quit right then and there.
Yeah, I agree.
But as it stands, Sheth came back in that game in a big way. Let's see, no gas once again, so we're going to see Ryung go ahead and go after a 1 max
really
gas
does that
SFE.
a lot, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I think Sheth will be down and out, and he's like one of the most resilient StarCraft players I've ever seen.
Good example of a player just not leaving when the when
the cards are down.
Yeah. And he sees the supply depot go down super early, so he should suspect that there's no gas out there. Otherwise, because Ryung's clearly trying to hide something. And we'll see what he does in reaction to this. He does have the hatchery coming up now at his natural. He did decide to go ahead and get Pool first once again. Same build we've seen out of him every time. He's probably going to produce 6 lings and then just macro up after that for a long period of time.
I like it. It's safe.
Yeah.
He actually did a lot of damage with the 6 lings on Antigua.
Yes.
Got in there, killed several Marines, forced some SCVs to be pulled off the line.
Yep.
Following this up immediately with 2 gas here, so Ryung could... Well, I doubt that he's going to do the double reactor Hellion once again, but he's probably going to open up with Blue Flame here.
Yeah, certainly.
It's a great option for map control on Shakuris. You can control mid, you can control the Xel'Nagas. It works out real nice.
And looks like Sheth decided to only produce 4 lings this time. Could be due to the map and knows that he's not going to have a lot of success with him up there.
Hey, a bunker!
What?
I didn't know Terran could make those.
They're pretty cool, aren't they?
I mean, I hate to rag on Ryung, but...
No, I understand.
Get it together.
But we say that, the reason he lost Game 1 in Xel'Naga Fortress is because the Zergling run-by did so much damage.
The run-bys on Metalopolis did tremendous amounts of damage, too.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, just one bunker near the CC... Get your depot wall going and be more
won a game on game number 1 because of the lack of the bunker.
Yes.
I mean, like, without those lings doing damage there and then coming back and being able to reinforce on the flank, Ryung wins that game.
I think Ryung will certainly have much better chances if he's more cognizant of the run-by.
Yes.
That's just something he really needs to focus on from here on out in the series.
Double factories. So.
And at Double Factory, I also really like this adaptation. And I hope that he goes with a single tech lab and a reactor this time. Gets Blue Flame.
The tanks.
And, well, yes, but I feel that the Blue Flame Hellions are a great adaptation against Sheth because he's massing a ton of speedlings.
Yeah.
So I think having a pack of 10 to 12 Blue Flame Hellions out on the map without losing them is going to work wonders for him in the mid and late game because that's how Sheth's been doing all of his damage.
But still reinvesting in his infrastructure, unlike the game where he had 2 reactored Hellions, or 2 reactored factories.
So if there's the tech lab, and are we going to have a reactor, or is he just going to pump He might just pump Hellions off
150,
both.
150, and there's Blue Flame. Yeah, okay. So
and then add an additional Tech Lab later and double pump tanks.
Yes.
So not going to get the reactor there. He could actually swap that reactor with a Rax if he wanted to.
And having this allows him to fly, because he's going to get an armory at some point pretty quick here, because he has so many mech units on the ground that he's going to want to put some upgrades up, give him the flexibility to run the Thors to ward off against any sort of Muta play.
I doubt he's going to go mech, actually. I think he'll probably
Just go
transition back into bio and double pump tanks.
Okay, but double pump tanks. But you still don't think he's going to put up a little
armory?
bit early? Not a quick one, like he's not going to rush armory right now, but quicker than as if he was just going for normal. Or you think it would still hit at about the same time that he finishes up 1-1?
Depends. If he drops
I'm asking
down,
you, I'm curious. Yeah.
If he drops down 2 E-base, then we'll probably see a quick armory.
Okay.
But as is, it doesn't look like he's really focused on upgrades
right
right now. He's got that 3rd macro CC going up in his main.
Okay.
And he's going to add some additional Raxes sometime soon here. It's still up in the air as to whether he's going to go mech or bio. Okay, there's the Tech Lab on the Rax. So probably going to start stim pretty soon here on that Tech Lab on the Rax, and then add some additional Raxes and then switch into a bio mech. There we go, 2 additional Raxes. So he is going to go. He is going to go bio.
Okay.
Stims on
3
the way.
additional racks. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's just the one floating back up. So he's going to have 4 on the field, and there's the double pumping tanks here in just a second. This is looking like a little more Ryungish game.
Well, he's certainly adapted his build order in a way that makes a lot of sense to me.
Right, because of the way the prevalence
good.
of speedlings and things like that from Sheth.
Yeah.
But this is still what I usually see out of him, though. So.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Layer Tech up for Sheth. He did go ahead and build that Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber, +1 upgrades. Actually, +1 weapons for melee units coming up first. This poor creep tumor's got to be canceled. It doesn't. I'll have to send another queen out there in a second, and this base could come under fire unless he's willing to risk some of those units out there. But it looks like the Hellions aren't going to pursue. All right, and we have an orbital command coming up now for Ryung. He's producing off of these no add-on barracks, though. I do like the infrastructure a lot better this time around. And, Roach is now out driving away those Hellions. Just 1 point of health. And Hellions got to get away.
Watch yourself. Let's get some repairs immediately back at base.
And let's see, another 11 workers coming up at the same time for Sheth. So his economy is looking quite good as well.
I love that Ryung's actually keeping the Hellions alive this time. That's what's so important. I'm surprised he actually didn't get a bigger pack. I was thinking maybe something along the lines of 6 to 8, maybe 10 even. It would just be so great against Sheth's style, but Sheth kind of changing his style as well. We have Roaches roaming around the midfield now trying to deal with the Hellions, so he's not using that giant Speedling pack that we're accustomed to seeing out of him, but it looks like he's starting to produce that now. 24 Speedlings popping out.
It'll be 40 total on the field when those all finish up.
Yeah, so.
And he's got quite a few Roaches to go along with that this time, though. And we'll see if he tries to commit over to those Roaches pretty heavily, or we actually do already have a tech transition over to Infestation Pit. Now, whether that gets used heavily for Infestors, if he uses that as the gateway to Hive Tech and tries to rush something Tier 3, we'll find out. But pretty much all quiet now. There's finally the reactors that I was expecting.
And there's the armory and the double eBay that he slapped down.
Yep.
1-1's going to finish. He'll start 2-2 right away. Sheth actually a little bit ahead on upgrades right now.
Yes.
Actually, that's armor 1 for Sheth.
Because he had the
too.
double evolution chamber up pretty quick, but he actually didn't utilize the bottom one for a little while.
Okay, so maybe just forgot about that for a little bit. But both players in a great position. I would not tip the scale one way or the other.
Pretty passive game right now. Supplies are equal,
They're
but of course
dead even.
But of course, Sheth you would think would normally be ahead in supply at this point, but look at all the tech he's investing in. Right, because we have Hive Tech coming up and we have Spire coming up at the same time. So it looks like he may be I don't know, Spire and Hive hit at the same time. They are, of course, both 100 seconds to complete. So we'll see how quickly he wants to move into Broodlords right after that.
Yeah, and is Ryung preparing from an infrastructure standpoint for the Mutalisks? Does he have turrets in the proper positions?
I saw 1 in the production, there's 1 in the main, and none in the natural.
Okay, so he's definitely going to have to add a few more. These Marines getting caught a little bit out of position. They will run back to the tanks, and Ryung, we see this happen so often where Terran players completely forget about Combat Shield, and there we go, finally just starting Combat Shield at the 13-minute mark. Yep. Getting surrounded at the natural, not good for Ryung, gonna take a lot of damage here. There we go, he has some additional reinforcements.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me.
His tanks on the high ground actually killing most of his SCVs. That says only 6 workers killed there for Sheth, but that's not the total workers lost, as Ryung just lost about 12 workers in that little push.
Yeah, the tanks on the high ground blasting away with reckless abandon at friendly fire. Missed coordinates there on the ground. And, loses pretty much a majority of his third.
Greater Spire coming up right away, and we're going to see if Sheth can hold on long enough for those to really come into effect. A few Lings go down, but he catches a couple of Marines off guard. Now, there were 2 early warning systems. There's a Zergling and an Overlord.
I love how Sheth just puts Zerglings all over the map randomly like that. And they always seem to be in the perfect position.
Oh, I don't think he noticed, though. That's the problem.
No, he didn't. And the drones are going to get there right at the same time. Why? Oh, Ryung. Oh, he didn't notice that either.
Wow.
So,
all right.
Here we go. Ryung's going to get in there and do a lot of damage with that drop. He pre-stimmed. Wow, quick reaction by Sheth. Good lord.
Well, quick reaction after a couple of misreactions, so it's good he had that one to fall back on. Finally, some Lings are making their way in. Terrible engagement for them, though, and the Marines are actually doing quite a bit of damage.
Still, though, I mean, the Lings are totally expendable.
Yes.
As long as he doesn't take any critical damage from the drop, not losing the hatchery.
4 Corruptors about ready to hit, and Greater Spire just finished as well, so...
Oh, dear lord.
All right, we're going to see Broodlords. We're going to see them right now.
Here is the 4th command center for Ryung being put up in the midfield. That might actually get stopped here just now, unsieging all of his tanks. A little bit of a mistake there on Ryung's part. He is... Oh my god, he's actually getting hit right now with all of his tanks unsieged. Beautiful fungal. Perfect positioning from Sheth. He's just going to roll his army right there. I'm sorry we missed the beginning of that.
Yeah.
But losing all of his tanks.
Yeah, very well done there. And Sheth, that's actually going to buy him the time he needs to actually establish the Broodlords and start pushing forward on 5 bases.
He has 2 tanks left.
The reason we jumped down to the bottom left, how many did he lose there? 6? 5?
He lost like 6 tanks.
Whoa! GG! Ryung is
God.
done, and he is out of the game.
He must just be feeling totally overpowered by Sheth right now. Didn't even want to play that out.
Sheth's 1 game away from taking the set.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Well done there. Sheth takes game number 5. We're going to head to game number 6 in just a second.